I'll show you. You won't be able to see what it says, but can you read it?
All we have is now.
Strong.
Yeah. It's particularly appropriate given the time.
Yeah, that is pretty apt. I've started recording.
How much tick light do you want it from
off
me?
the back of that. We're loving the brothel look, Tom. Let's turn that up. Yeah, that's good. Well, listen, thank you everybody very much for joining me. It's unprecedented times, so it calls for unprecedented methods of getting in touch with people. And well, this is a bit of a special because we've got 3 people here, all of whom have worn the England captain's armband. Delighted, obviously, to have Chris Robshaw. 43 caps as captain, was it, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Emily Scarratt as well, who's of course the England women's all-time top try scorer and Olympic silver medalist as well. Tom Mitchell so on the sevens front. So listen, guys, thank you so much for being here. How's it going? How are you finding self-isolation, training, making it all work? Tom Mitchell, in your Brothelsville, you look quite cosy up there.
Yeah, I've taken a few steps to just change the environment, seeing we're spending so much time here, including adding pink neon lights to the walls. Yeah, it's been all right. I was a bit ill, so I've spent the last week not doing very much at all. Just staring at the 4 walls and sitting on my sofa. So I have to start getting creative with my time now that I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, excellent. Chris, we've seen some of the Quins' social media bringing the supplies and the training gear out to you guys. How are you managing to keep yourself fit as a flea?
Yeah, we've all been sent a very nice care packet of kind of basically huge elastic bands where you can kind of do a lot of bodyweight stuff with. And you've got to kind of improvise, especially being the London club. Guys don't have the biggest gardens like some other guys around the country maybe. So it's basically doing press-ups with kind of a band behind you, maybe some burpees, stuff like that, skipping in the garden. But yeah, you've got to try and be a bit more adventurous. And I think the club are fully aware that you're not going to go back in the same shape as when you left and when you were match fit. But it's about trying to minimise whatever that difference is going to be. So yeah, of course, it's trying to make sure the body's staying. And I think when you stay healthy, you stay fit, the immune system is in a much better shape as well. So hopefully it stops you getting as ill as possible.
Yeah, I was doing the Joe Wicks high-intensity workout in front of my telly yesterday. Makes you realise how well air-conditioned gyms are when you're absolutely sweating your tits in your own lounge because the air's going nowhere. Emily, obviously, the Women's Six Nations has ground to a halt, and we now, of course, know that the rest of the season has been scrapped as far as the Tyrrell's Premier 15s has been concerned. So we sort of don't know when the next bit of rugby is going to be, but I guess it's just about, as Chris says, staying as athletic and as healthy as possible.
Yeah, trying to. Obviously, that news came through today, so disappointing. But yeah, it is what it is, and I think the whole country's a little bit kind of bemused by the whole thing at the moment. So we've just got to keep, following the guidance and do all of that sort of stuff. But I've just managed to defrost some mints today and made a massive batch of mints. So things are looking up.
Yeah, excellent. And how are the general cooking supplies going? I know, Tom, you don't live too far away from me in southwest London. There's not much on the shelves, is there?
No, well, to be honest, we, because I'd not been very well, so I had a couple of friends who went and did my shopping for me. I had a couple of personal shoppers, went down to the supermarket. So they they actually ventured further afield, went down to the Lidl. And yeah, there was barely anything there. Apparently it's a real bun fight, which is, it's that in itself is quite unsettling, I think, that supermarket experience. Never really seen anything like it. Well, in our lifetimes, from what I can remember. I'm lumping us all in the same bracket here in terms of age. Lucky for you, Nick. But yeah, so it's a bit weird.
We also, obviously news today as well from World Rugby that certainly the London and Paris legs of the HSBC World Rugby World 7 Series have been postponed as well. So again, the sort of picture is ever changing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a weird one because we'd sort of expected that to be the case, I think. But yeah, it looks like the 7th season, as we were expecting it, is kind of over. We're just keeping our fingers crossed for Tokyo now.
Yeah, I bet. And in terms of each of you, how do you cope when you're on your own? Are you going out of your mind? Have you got games to play? Have you got movies lined up? Chris?
Yeah, I'm going pretty bored. Like I said,
hold on. Kaz is upstaging you with, she's been baking.
I bake. That's what I do.
Sorry,
What is that?
totally usurped by some flapjacks. Do go on.
No, I mean, I'm pretty jealous of that. I'm very jealous.
So from my view, it feels like Scars could just feed them down.
Yeah, pass it through the camera.
Yeah, that would be good.
But yeah, no, pretty bored in all honesty. Like everyone, a bit of exercise in the morning, and then it's kind of get back to the TV, potentially read a book, watch a box set, see what odd job needs to be done in the house, which I've been delaying for years and years. You finally get around to sorting the house out, I think.
Go on, Tom.
But in all honesty, yeah,
Yeah.
not what. I almost thought I was doing a puzzle today. I was that bored. But then I gave up on it, and I was like, no, not for me.
Have you been doing some chores, Tommy?
No, I'm still, it's harder to find excuses not to do them now, isn't it, when you're stuck in the house. I did put some pictures up this morning, which are like an achievement. That was like my whole day's jobs done in about half an hour.
Good man. That was obviously an exhaustive list. And any recommendations on box set, Scars?
Oh, I've just finished The Split, which was nice.
I thought you said I've just finished a split, which was not what you said, and not what I'd expected to say, but I enjoyed
not
that.
what I said at all. No, to be honest, I need to start something new. I've probably come to the end of nearly all of mine, so I could do some recommendations, to be honest.
Yeah, I've started watching The Stranger, which I think I'm quite
Oh,
up
yeah.
with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
What do
Very
you think
good.
about it?
Okay, yeah, it's getting there. We also started watching Sex Education, which is
Brilliant.
and we've only watched the first episode, but it's completely throwing me and my fellow Tom because it looks entirely American, but it's English.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
Is it? Okay, we should stick with it.
Yeah.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you for that. And have you got any teammates that are sort of struggling particularly, or any people that you just think this is life for normal, like life as normal for them, just sitting around and not doing a lot?
I think looking at one of the guys' Instagrams, I think he's come back to Fiji, one of them. So I think he's made a run for the hills.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to look a bit more into that. So he's, I think, in a good place at the moment. But yeah, everyone else is pretty homebound, I think.
Yeah, well, Chris, obviously we've heard news that clubs are asking players to potentially have to accommodate this difficult period with lower wages, that kind of thing. But also, we just don't know if the Premiership's going to be able to carry on either. So, is it really unsettling for you guys in terms of not knowing what's going to happen over the next few months?
Yeah, similar to the other two there, really. We're so up in the air. I mean, the whole government is, the whole country is. No one knows what's going on, and we're in the same boat. We've been told to keep away from the clubs for 2 weeks minimum. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to kind of cross that bridge. And then if we do potentially start playing in 3 weeks after that, you can get a bit of fitness up, get back into conditioning, do a bit of contact training, all that kind of stuff. But at this point in time, no one really knows. No one knows if we're going to play again, if games are going to be postponed, are we going to play into the summer? Is the season going to be written off or suspended, whatever it be? There's so much up in the air, and I'm not sure who's making decisions at the moment. But I'm sure they're following the right guidelines for the health and safety of the public. And that's at the moment literally all we can do, and then hopefully we do get a bit of rugby at some point.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to that. Awesome rugby, rugby to play, rugby to commentate on. All the world is going to have to put up with more of my stupid videos. I was wondering, given that we've got all of you here with experience of captaining your country and playing at the highest level, obviously playing for the England 35s at the European Touch Championships is the highest honour amongst you all. But thanks for your time. I wonder what your most fond memories are, or any particular moments as an England captain that either made you laugh or made you choke up a little bit. What have been sort of maybe one of the moments that you remember particularly about your moments as an England captain? You're all looking to the skies, having a little think about that. That shows good. Let's go right down below me here. Tom Mitchell, you can lead off.
Thanks. You threw me with the chuckle thing, because that conjures up all sorts of stories, which some of which we share, some of which you can't.
Yes.
On the more poignant side, though, I was thinking about the Twickenham Sevens. Obviously, it's our one chance of playing at home, and knowing that maybe we won't get the chance to play that this year. So probably over the years being able to run out of Twickenham, which I know these guys have done way more times than I have, but I think because it's such a one-off occasion for us in the year, that's always been an amazing one, especially when I did my 50th cap there, which was good to have the family and stuff. So I'm probably feeling a bit sentimental about things, knowing that maybe I've played my last Sevens tournament for England as well. So you caught me on a reflective day.
Oh, wow, there we are. That's,
Are you guys, Tom, are you guys being told anything about the Olympics? Anything more than we know, or
No, not at the moment. No, I mean, obviously, like what's coming out of Japan, they're being super positive about it, but it's difficult to be kind of positive about the hopes of it going ahead, to be honest, at this stage.
If you're going to be the host, you're always going to go on about the fact that you want it to happen, aren't you? And that it is going to happen. But certainly, given what we seem to see on a global scale at the minute, it seems very difficult to believe that the Olympics is going to be able to go ahead, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, and the problem is you have to keep preparing as if it is, because, well, maybe that's a good thing. It will just keep us ticking over for now. But yeah, we'll expect that it is. We'll kind of train like it's going to be, but I think very soon we'll probably get an idea one way or the other.
Yeah. All right, Emily, fond memories of when you've had the captain's armband?
I'm sure there's some very funny stories related to Heather Fisher in there somewhere, but I can't think of any at the moment. But yeah, I suppose similar to Mitch, just like obviously leading the team to Rio, which was obviously the first time. Sevens was part of that, which was amazing, and just everything that surrounded that, all the stuff pre it. I remember Mitch and I doing a press conference together, which was the first, for me anyway, the first time I'd sat up on a top table, and there was, so many journalists there, cameras, etc. Yeah, and for me that just kind of was the first show of the enormity of what we were about to go and do. So that was kind of a bit surreal at the time, but yeah, super cool for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Memories of that, Mitch?
Yeah, that was good. I remember it being quite nerve-wracking, actually, Scaz, wasn't it? Well, you were super cool as a cucumber, but that was nerve-wracking press conference.
Mitch was just glad it was a sat-down one, so we would have had to get him a little box stuck next to me.
The number of times I've been made to look extra short standing next to Scaz.
Good work, Scaz. Like it. And Chris, obviously, a fair amount of times leading England out at Twickenham and abroad as well. What are your fondest memories?
Yeah, I think probably one of the favourite ones is actually, like I said, being at Twickenham and actually singing the national anthem at Twickenham. Like, it's such a special thing, and you play for your club and everything so much, but to actually do that with 80,000 people singing with you, it's always something you kind of grew up wanting to do. So that was always very special. I think facing the hacker at Twickenham, with kind of swing low being sung around it and almost engulfing the actual time we beat New Zealand at Twickenham, where Manu Tuolangi was absolutely incredible that day. And luckily we had him, actually, because we might not have won without him. But yeah, I think those two as England moments were pretty special. Yeah,
I was there that day. That was a pretty special occasion. Yeah, absolutely magic. Well, listen, before I let you guys go, I've drawn up 5 little quiz questions, which you're all going to be delighted that I've done. And in order to know who's buzzing in first, you all need your own buzzer. So I think we should just go farmyard animals. So ladies first. Emily, what farmyard animal noise would you like to choose?
I'll go for cow, because we actually have cows at home.
Okay, so can we hear your moo?
Woo!
Okay, that's fairly good. All right, Chris, you got age before beauty.
I'll go pig. Oink.
Okay, good. Not a, but just oink.
I'll let you do that one.
Thanks, mate. And Mitch?
I'll try donkey.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a buzzer as well. It's quite good, that one. All right. So, are you ready? Here's your first question. I don't know if the audio is even going to hold up if you all make the noise at the same time, but we'll try and work it out. Question 1. Who won the first Women's Six Nations in 2002?
Oink. England.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Chris is frozen out.
I bottled it.
Come on, the question's still available.
Open.
Oh, was it wrong?
England was wrong, yeah.
Wrong, yeah.
Sorry, donkey, I got Mitch.
Yeah, France.
Correct.
Oh.
Correct. Well done there, Emily Scarratt. Okay, question 2. What was number 1 in the UK on the day that Chris Robshaw was born? Now, this is multiple choice. So, wait till the end of the question on this one. Maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. But what was number 1 in the UK on the day Chris Robshaw was born? Was it A, Spirit in the Sky by Doctrine of Medics, B, To Tell by Madonna, or C, Living Doll by Cliff Richard?
Moo.
Oh.
Spirit in the Sky?
Absolutely right.
Oh.
Good work, Emily Scarratt. That's a point for Emily and a point for Mitch so far. Very good. In fact, all three were number one, but that was number one in the UK. Live to Tell Madonna was number one in the US, and Live Indulge Cliff Richard number one in Australia. There's information you didn't need. All right, question number 3. Who is the top try scorer so far in the slightly truncated Men's Six Nations? Oh, yeah. It all went quiet. Look at that.
I think he scored a lot.
All right, I'm going to help you. He's a Frenchman.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I don't know the name of their wingers. So.
It's all right. It's not a winger.
Is it not?
No. I think this one's going to run out of time here. I'm going to have to put you out of your misery.
Moo.
Ooh.
Entamac.
No,
Scored a few.
it's good, but it's not right. With 4 tries, it was Charles Olivon. Come on,
You're not going to believe me, but that was my next guess.
Was it? Okay. All right, question 4 then. Where did England finish in the 2016 HSBC World Rugby 7 series? The men's.
2016-17 or 15-16?
15-16.
Here we go.
Which one?
15-16.
Moo.
Yep. Emily?
3rd.
No, sorry.
Oh, she's not confident.
The men's team or the women's team?
Oh, Mitch. The men's team. Come on.
Mitch, come on.
Oink. I'm go first. I'm going to back them.
Go on then. Did you just oink, Chris?
Yeah, first. Did they win it?
No, afraid not.
8th.
No, you were 4th.
Oh.
Dear. Right, we're still
Do I
just
get a point for being the closest?
point for Scars, and well, if it comes down to that. All right. Question number 5. Tom Mitchell was born on the 22nd of July. Which artist released Life on Mars on the 22nd of July 1973, which peaked at number 3 in the charts?
I know this.
Do you?
Mm.
Here's a clue.
We all
We could
should
be
know.
heroes. No, that clue's not helping.
No idea.
What should we hear?
I'm too young.
He's a British
Oh,
legend.
yeah. Oh,
Chris.
oh.
Oh,
He died
no.
a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can picture it.
No.
Slick back there.
Appalling. That was David Bowie, everybody.
There you go.
But there we are. So I think on balance, Scars having got so close with 3rd, we're going to have to give you the victory there. And
Appreciate it.
1 point for Mitch and Chris Robshaw yet to score, shall we say? But listen, we will probably wrap it up there. It's been lovely to have a cup of tea with the 3 of you, and to provide hopefully a little bit of light relief to everybody out there that's intrigued as to what our rugby stars and players are getting up to. Thank you guys very much for your time. Keep yourselves safe and at a safe distance from the ones you love. All the best, guys. Thanks very much.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mate.
Nick. Thank you.